The most dangerous enemy is not the one who hates you. The most dangerous enemy is the one who smiles and secretly hopes you stumble. They lift their glass to your promotion, then lie awake feeling smaller. They cheer your wedding while wondering why love found you first. They praise your achievement while searching for the flaw that proves you did not earn it. This is not hatred. This is envy, and envy is the most underestimated force in human relationships. Hatred announces itself. Hatred gives you something to fight. Envy hides. Envy wears a mask of kindness. Envy speaks words of support while planting seeds of doubt. Envy celebrates your rise while waiting for your fall. By the time you realize what is happening, the damage is already done, not because they attacked you openly, because they wanted you to fail, and you never noticed them reaching for the ledge. This is not a story about monsters. It is a story about something that lives in all of us, and what happens when we refuse to look at it. The first murder in human literature was not about land. It was not about power. It was not about survival. It was about envy. Cain killed his brother because his brother possessed something he did not. God's favor, unearned, unfair, and Cain could not tolerate it. This is the oldest story we tell about ourselves, not because it is ancient, because it is still happening. Every day, in every office, in every family, in every friendship. Someone is Cain, someone is Abel, and the blade is invisible. Psychologists separate envy into two distinct forms. Benign envy says, "I want what you have. I will work harder to reach it." Malicious envy says, "I want what you have. I want you to lose it." Benign envy builds. Malicious envy destroys. Benign envy sees your success and transforms it into fuel for its own journey. Malicious envy cannot acknowledge your success at all because your achievement acts as a mirror, and the mirror reflects something the envier cannot bear to see: their own insufficiency. Here is the hidden mechanism of malicious envy. Your success does not threaten the envier's resources. It does not endanger their safety. It does not block their future. It wounds their self-image. If you succeed, what does that imply about them? If you are chosen, what does that say about their worth? If you are happy, what does that reveal about their choices? Your very existence becomes an indictment, and they will try to silence the indictment by silencing you. Envy rarely announces its presence. It arrives in costume. Disguise 1, the compliment that diminishes. You are so lucky. Not you worked hard, not you earned this. You are lucky. This compliment acknowledges your achievement while erasing your effort. When someone calls you lucky, they are telling you your struggle does not count. I could never do what you do. I actually value my free time. Not admiration, judgment disguised as humility. The mask says, "I respect you." The hidden message says, "You have sacrificed something I would not." Disguise 2, the question that plants doubt. Are you sure you can handle the pressure? Not congratulations, not "you deserve this." Concern. The worried question inserts a seed of uncertainty while appearing to care. When concern carries a hidden insinuation, envy has put on a disguise. Is everything all right at home? You seem so consumed by work. Not pride, not celebration. A warning wrapped in care. The mask says, "I am worried about you." The hidden message says, "Your success makes me uneasy." Disguise 3, the silence that speaks. They celebrate every birthday. They comment on every milestone. They applaud every achievement, except yours. Not because they forgot, because they cannot force the words past their throat. When silence falls only for you, selective absence reveals hidden envy. They are present. They are performing the expected motions, but the warmth is absent, and you sense it. You cannot prove it, but you feel it. The lack of joy in response to your joy. Disguise 4, the seed that grows. She is talented, though some find her difficult to work with. Not an attack, a suggestion, a seed planted in fertile soil. When undermining wears a mask of plausibility, reputation erodes one seed at a time. That is wonderful. You know, my cousin tried the same path. It cost him everything. Not celebration, a warning dressed as wisdom. The mask says, I want to protect you. The hidden message says, I want you to hesitate. Envy follows a predictable direction. It almost never flows toward those far above. You do not envy a billionaire. You envy the coworker who earned the promotion you wanted. You do not envy a famous actor. You envy the friend who found partnership before you did. You do not envy a historical figure. You envy the person who started when you did and advanced further. The closer someone stands to you, the more your success threatens their sense of self. A stranger's achievement is background noise. A peer's achievement is a mirror. Envy attaches itself to specific territories of life. Career territory. The colleague who climbs faster. The classmate with the superior title. The peer with the bigger opportunity. Relationship territory. The friend who found love. The sibling with the happier marriage. The former partner who moved on first. Appearance territory. The person who aged gracefully. The one who maintained fitness, the face that seems to have won some genetic lottery. Possession territory. The house, the car, the vacation photos, the life that appears more enviable than yours. Envy only strikes where the heart has already invested meaning. If you care nothing about cars, a neighbor's new vehicle does not stir envy. If you care deeply about career, a peer's advancement wounds you. Here is the harshest discovery about envy. It wounds most deeply when it comes from those closest to you. A stranger's success feels abstract. A friend's success feels personal. You wish your friend well, but not too well, not beyond you, not in a way that leaves you behind. Genuine affection and secret resentment can live in the same heart. This is the friendship paradox. This is not evil. It is human. But when left unexamined, it becomes poison. Envy destroys two people at once. No one walks away unscathed. What the target loses, isolation follows. You learn to hide your victories because celebration invites attack. Self-doubt creeps in. You start questioning whether you truly earned what you achieved. Vigilance exhausts you. You begin seeing threats everywhere, including where none exist. Joy diminishes. You cannot fully celebrate because you are watching for the blade. Achievement surrounded by envy turns victory into something bittersweet. What the envier loses, bitterness takes root. They cannot celebrate anyone because every joy reminds them of their own lack. Stagnation sets in. While watching others, they neglect their own growth. Relationships wither. People eventually sense the coldness and retreat. Self-contempt grows. Beneath the envy, a voice whispers, "You are not enough." Envy, left unexamined, does not harm the envied. It slowly consumes the envier. The envier needs no external enemy. They carry their destroyer within. How to spot the hidden envy? How do you recognize when a smile hides something else? How do you spot envy before it damages what you have built? Marker 1. The shift in atmosphere. You cannot name it, but you feel it. When you walk in, the temperature drops. When you share good news, the warmth vanishes. When you succeed, the celebration feels staged. Your body registers the shift before your mind understands it. When the air around someone consistently cools, your body is detecting envy before your mind can name it. Marker 2. The pattern of disappearance. They show up for everyone else's moments, but when your turn arrives, they are occupied. They forgot. Something came up. Not random, not occasional, patterned. Absence that follows a pattern is not accident, it is deliberate distance. Marker 3. The praise that pricks. You are so fortunate. You must have sacrificed a lot. I could never do what you do. The vocabulary is appropriate. The intention is not. Praise that leaves you feeling worse is not admiration. It is backhanded envy. Marker 4. The hunger for your flaws. They want to understand how you succeeded, but they are not asking to learn. They are asking to locate the crack, the luck, the unfair advantage, the reason your achievement should not count. Curiosity that seeks your flaws rather than your wisdom is envy dressed as interest. Marker 5. The flash of relief at your pain. Watch their face when things go wrong for you, for an instant before they remember to look concerned. Does something relax? When your struggle brings someone relief, their hidden wish has been exposed. If they envy you, why do they linger? Why not simply walk away? Reason 1. Comparison requires proximity. Envy needs a target. If they leave, they lose the comparison. And comparison, however painful, is how they locate themselves in the world. Envy keeps its target close because comparison is how the envier knows where they stand. Reason 2. Your success offers secret hope. Beneath the resentment, there is often admiration they cannot admit. Your achievement proves that success is possible, that the system is not entirely rigged, that dreams sometimes come true. But acknowledging this would require admitting they have not tried hard enough, so they stay close to keep the hope alive while resenting you for embodying it. Reason 3. They want access to your world. Your success opens doors, connections, opportunities, visibility. They desire those things, and remaining near you is the simplest path to obtaining them. Access paired with hidden resentment creates a bond that takes without giving. How do you protect yourself from someone who smiles while hoping you stumble? Defense 1. Release the expectation of their joy. The sting of envy comes from expectation. You expected them to be happy for you. You expected their celebration. You expected the friend you believed them to be. Stop expecting. Not everyone has the capacity to celebrate another. Not everyone is capable of joy at someone else's success. Expectation without evidence leads to disappointment. Disappointment without acceptance leads to suffering. Defense 2. Choose your confidants carefully. Not everyone deserves access to your journey. Share your struggles with those who can genuinely support you. Share your victories with those who can genuinely celebrate you. Do not offer your treasures to those who will only resent them. Choosing carefully who receives your story is not secrecy. It is wisdom that creates safety. Defense 3. Cultivate true witnesses. You need witnesses. People who knew you before the success. People who gain nothing from your failure. People who will speak truth and rejoice in your joy. Surrounding yourself with genuine witnesses who know your journey builds immunity to hidden envy. Defense 4. Refuse to shrink. The envier wants you to lower your light. Do not. Do not hide your achievements. Do not apologize for your success. Do not make yourself smaller to ease their discomfort. When you shrink to make the envier comfortable, envy has already won. Your radiance is not the problem. Their inability to bear it is. Defense 5. Name what you see when possible. Sometimes the only path forward is through. I have noticed you seem uncomfortable when I share good news. Is something troubling you? Honesty delivered without anger disarms what hides in silence. The envier depends on invisibility. When you name what is happening, they face a choice: deny, deflect, or confront, and if they deny, you have your answer. Defense 6. Create space. Some relationships cannot be rescued, not because you failed, because they cannot tolerate your existence. Distance chosen without resentment, accepted without guilt, leads to tranquility. Walking away is not losing. It is choosing peace over proximity to poison. Defense 7. Guard your inner world. The envier's sharpest weapon is making you doubt yourself. Do not permit it. Keep a record of your efforts, your achievements, your growth. When they whisper that you are merely lucky, you have proof. When they suggest you do not deserve it, you have evidence. When they try to make you feel insignificant, you have the truth. Keeping a record of your truth, combined with trusting your own perception, builds an inner fortress no envy can breach. What if the envier is you? This question is for the courageous, those who recognize something uncomfortable. What if you are the one who smiles while secretly hoping others fall? The honest examination. Ask yourself truthfully, when a friend succeeds, is my first feeling joy or something else? When a colleague receives praise, do I celebrate or search for the flaw? When someone possesses what I want, do I work harder or wish for their loss? Honesty about your own heart, summoned with bravery, is the first step out of envy's grip. What lies beneath envy is not about them. It is about you. Your envy points toward what you desire and have not yet found a way to obtain. When you follow your envy with curiosity instead of shame, it reveals what you most deeply long for. Instead of resenting their achievement, ask, what do they have that I truly want, and how can I pursue it without resenting them? The discipline of genuine celebration. Gratitude weakens envy, not because envy vanishes, because gratitude occupies the space envy once filled. Practice celebrating others even when it feels difficult. Speak the words aloud. I am truly happy for you. Notice how it feels in your body. Celebrating others, even when it feels difficult, repeated over time, becomes a new habit. Over time, the resentment softens, the comparison loosens, the envy transforms, or at least quiets. Most envy remains internal, but not all. When envy turns to sabotage, the warning signs shift. Gossip becomes targeted rather than general. Criticism becomes public rather than private. Help becomes interference rather than assistance. Questions become accusations rather than curiosity. When hidden resentment begins to act with clear targets, it leaves visible tracks, and visible tracks mean danger. How to respond when envy becomes harmful. Document everything. Save the messages. Record the dates. Preserve the evidence. Notify witnesses. Do not suffer silently. Tell someone you trust. Increase distance. If they have access to your work, your relationships, your reputation, limit that access. Prepare to confront, not emotionally, strategically, with evidence, with witnesses, with calm. When envy crosses into action, silence is not safety. Documentation and distance are. Envy is humanity's oldest wound. It has accompanied us since Cain and Abel. It will remain until the end, but you are not powerless against it. If you are the target of envy, you are not imagining things. You are not paranoid. You are not the problem. Your radiance is not an accusation. Your achievement is not a theft. Your happiness is not a weapon. If you are the one who envies, you are not evil. You are human, but you hold a choice. You can let the envy fester and destroy you both, or you can face it, name it, ask what it is pointing toward, and choose to build rather than to tear down. So the next time someone smiles at your success, pay attention, not to their words, but to their energy, because the real question is not, are they happy for you? It's, what does your success make them feel about themselves? And once you understand that, you begin to see clearly. Not everyone who stands beside you is standing with you. If this made you think of someone, don't ignore that. Comment below. Have you ever felt someone's energy shift when you started winning? Subscribe for more.